and how lucky. I mean, not many actors my age can say they get an opportunity to share so much screen time in such a unique way with one of the legends of our time.
You're having a suitable boy. You are romancing Tabu, and directed by Mira Nair so early on in your career. That must have been a big high. Suitable, and that was a Vikram Seth novel, which has been widely read at a time when people are not really into that culture of reading that much, but it is one of the biggest sold out book in the recent time.
Absolutely, yeah.
What sort of
it's a very prestigious project. I don't like the word very much, but it's a very prestigious project to be a part of. The format is it's a 6-part mini-series. I think of it, and I think even Mira did when she was making it as one very large film. It's like a 6-hour long film. Each episode is about an hour long, and it is most definitely a great opportunity. It's a great part. I mean, it was a long process. From the moment that I got to meet Mira ma'am and audition for the part, and then eventually when I started shooting for it, I think there was almost a year in between. And I had gone through many readings and narrations, and there were many offers in the pipeline, and this is one that kind of just stuck with me. And of course, when somebody like Mira ma'am, gives herself to you in such a wonderful way. I mean, she was so generous and she was so welcoming, and I think she showed even more enthusiasm about having me on it than I did. And really, she's so much more, she's so much more experienced and so much more, how does one even explain like the varied work that she's done? It's absolutely beautiful. Right. So somebody of her stature and her artistry and her craft, I really found myself really taken by her nature. She was so childlike and she was so excited, and I felt like she was more charged than many young filmmakers that I had the chance of meeting in the past couple of years. So I really consider myself very lucky to have gotten this chance.
Right, and
I'm very excited about it.
Pivotal role, pivotal character. You are the suitable boy. Who's
that's
rather unsuitable actually.
Rather unsuitable. Maybe you should watch it, and it will give you a better idea of how the story goes.
Right, but still, the prospect of romancing Tabu must have been a daunting task for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean it was. I think that what I've realized is I seek out challenging experiences, and I seek out experiences that that would give me an opportunity to grow. And I couldn't think of a better experience than having a one-to-one equation and working relationship with one of my favorite actresses of our cinema. And so I think my tendency is to I get much more excited than nervous. And I couldn't wait. And we had a reading. I remember the first reading that we had together was with Mira Di at this house in town in South Mumbai, and it was wonderful. I mean, it all felt very. It felt right. It felt like this is what I should be doing. It felt like there was a wonderful synergy between all three of us, and and how lucky. I mean, not many actors my age can say they get an opportunity to share so much screen time in such a unique way with one of the legends of our time.
Of course.
I'm excited.
And so Vikram Seth is one of the script writers.
It's Mr. Andrew Davies, who is one of the writers of one of the primary writers of House of Cards. He's done, I think, about 65 episodes. And of course he had co-writers with him, but Andrew Davies is the main writer for the series, for the screenplay. And Vikram Seth, of course, Vikram sir was present from the very beginning. He was present throughout shoot. He was there in the readings. We did a big table read one day where we had about, I think, 48 members of the cast, which was huge. And I don't think there was there's been a reading of this nature in Mumbai. So it was a massive gathering, and he was there through it all, and he was there giving his pointers and sharing his opinions, and he's kind of been creatively present throughout. I remember, in fact, he had a gentleman who was a dear old friend of his come on set while Vijay Varma and I were doing a scene, and we were doing a scene where Vijay was to write something in Urdu. My character is learning how to speak and read and write Urdu from Vijay's character, and he actually was there on set, present. He actually helped us write the Urdu, learn it, understand Sheen, Kaf, all those things. So it was, Alif Bay, all that. So, and he taught me how to write Saida, which is the name of Tabu ma'am's character in the show, and that became like a gateway for me, because I'd be sitting in the rural areas doing a scene with Vijay, and in the mud I'll be writing Saida in Urdu, and it became like it's actually going to be in the show, but I don't think anybody knew, so it's not very obvious, but. So yeah, he was there throughout. There are so many anecdotes of Vikram sir. He was living in the same hotel as us, so it was really wonderful to have him.
Right. So now both Vikram Sir as well as Mira Nair, they have their point of views. They have a world view which is very unique in its own way. It's like there's a lot of free spiritedness in that as well. So in your interactions, what is it that you learn from them?
Who was the second person you mentioned? You said Mira at the end?
Mira Nair and Vikram Seth.
Right. Well, I think Vikram sir was remarkable, because even though this is one of the works of his life, Suitable Boy, it's what he's largely known for, and it is such a big part of his professional career. And of course, being a writer, being an artist, it's a part of him, it's a piece of him. He somehow managed to never make us feel like we were doing a number on his work. It very much felt like a collaborative process, and I don't think he even really made it feel like he was there to make corrections, or he was very free flowing that way. So I think that was wonderful and very surprising. And Mira ma'am, I've learned like hordes of things from. Like, I can't even, from the way that she thinks to the way that she speaks. She's one of the most articulate people I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. She possesses a clarity of thought that is really unique, and she has no instinct for compromise. Like, none whatsoever. She has, I don't know if I should say this, but she's probably the most savage director I have ever been in the presence of. Because if she doesn't like something, she'll come running into the shot to say it, and she'll make it very clear and very explicit. So it was. I mean, and that is again an extension of her childlike nature. She is so experienced and she's so knowledgeable, and she's so clear, and yet she has this impulsive quality that makes her. I think most artists are like that. So I think it's that amalgamation of qualities and characteristics that is very. I find that very, very unique, and I aspire for that.
Okay, so have you read the novel, A Suitable Boy?
No, I haven't actually, and that was not before. I would be lying if I said before having read the script. But after I had read the script, I think it was deliberate. It was kind of a deliberate decision to not read the novel, because as you may know, it's a very large novel. It's a 1,500-page novel, it's a big novel, and there are a lot of stories within that one novel. And the script was sort of distilled from that novel to focus on certain characters, and pretty much every character that's in the novel has made it to the show, but it was modified. And so I felt I felt like I wanted to focus more on my own story and the things that are relevant to Man, my character, and the world that he lives in. And so I read the script in and out multiple times. When I received it, it was meant to be 8 episodes, so I read 8 scripts, and which was about 600 odd pages, and then eventually it became 6. So I read the script in and out, and I always had a copy. In fact, there should be one right here. I always had a copy of the book with me throughout the
Right.
shoot. So I would refer to it, and I would make highlights of certain portions that I felt that were not in the script, and that that were descriptive, and some of them were even just how the character was thinking on that particular day, and I think that helped me in my preparation. But I didn't want to read too much into it. I kind of wanted to have my own journey with it, and I was lucky to have that freedom from my director.
Okay. So, when is it that the series is going to be launched, and will it be available on any OTT platforms?
Uh, so it was meant to air, I think, weekly. There's 6 episodes, so one episode each week for 6 weeks in the UK first for BBC One, and then eventually I think it will find a digital platform. I'm not very much in the know-how. I'm just one of the many ensemble cast on this show, so. I myself am waiting for more sort of legitimate news, but the hearsay is that it's going to be available on a digital platform globally, and so I think it will be available in India at the same time, hopefully, as the rest of the world. And it was meant to be in summer 2020, so June. So it could be very soon. It could be very, very soon. It could be in the next couple months, and it's TV, so everyone can watch it.